Hi, it's Patrick Ash, author, guitarist, and elder millennial pissant. Please see the link to my books below. Today I am looking at the Fender Meteora bass guitar, and this review is specifically for fellow six-string electric guitarists who want a go-to bass guitar, and specifically those who are fans of Fender basses, but may have trouble picking just one because maybe you're not team precision bass or jazz bass, but kind of want the best of both worlds. For the longest time I've been going off the Jaguar series, and now I'm really digging the Meteora. I'll do a few sound samples and talk about that in a minute. Work bass 1x12 and the Mesa D350. One of the very cool features about this is that it has the active and passive design, so you can use both controls, and there's a wide range of controls. Check out the specs below. I'm not going to go through each of those, but very, very wide palette of sound. I'm not going to go out of my depth there with flat bass. This is not a traditional shaped Fender bass guitar. It has this offset design. People might say love it or hate it. I find this very comfortable. And I think many others out there, particularly if you're sitting late at night and you want something that's going to stay there, this has a clear advantage, say, over my Jaguar bass that rolls right off. So that right there, I think, is very cool. I think it's visually striking. It looked bigger when I looked at pictures online, whereas in person it seems just like the right size. You know, it's kind of just a little bit more sleek. So many different tonal options here. I couldn't possibly cover them in this video, but just messing around, it's like, okay, I can get a P bass sound or jazz bass or all the sounds I like to hear about the Jaguar. Now, the advantage that the Jaguar bass has comparatively is that it's pretty simple controls. Not a one-trick pony, but it does a few things and does them very well. So if you want something that's a little bit more simplified, so that you can use either that P bass or jazz bass type pickups, straightforward, and a great sound. But it's one of those, I can get this bass to sound like this one, but I cannot get this bass to do all the different sounds of this one. So that's something to consider if you're thinking of, do I need lots of versatility and different sounds? Do I want more funk, more standard P bass, or I want like a lead bass kind of? That is a thing to consider. Another thing to consider, I think for everybody, like once you have your tonal options, the pickup setup you want, whether it's the PJ, P or J, or these Fireball pickups, you also have to consider comfort. And this, again, body is very comfortable for me. It is definitely more comfortable than the Jaguar bass, which great standing up, but while sitting down, like it rolls off the leg instantly. However, my dilemma is neck shape. I tried out many basses. I was at a Guitar Center yesterday, just putting my hand up and down one, trying to determine if I like it. There are a few like jazz basses, maybe some P basses, that have this exact kind of profile, even though Fender kind of labels all of them as being C-shaped. You know, you quickly discover there are many variations of the C-shape. This one on Jaguar bass is just a little bit chunkier. It's just got a little bit more heft to it, but it's about the same width. Hipshot kick-ass bridge that I really like. This has the high mass, which I think quality-wise, they're very comparable. You can do more adjustments with the kick-ass bridge here, but the high mass is just a very reliable, sturdy, both are excellent bridges. So I prefer the neck on this one, whereas this is an excellent neck. Don't get me wrong. This is very much a personal preference thing. It doesn't have as much heft behind it. It is very comfortable. It has like this satin-like finish, and it has the rolled edges that you see in the specs. And it's just, I want that extra heft. And so my what I'm thinking. It's kind of crazy, but I went to a bass community and said, is this a good idea? They're like, yeah, people do it all the time. Switch out necks and bridges. And I mean, I have done bridges and tuners and that kind of thing. I've done a lot of work on this. In fact, this is a custom bone neck along with like the Hipshot detuner. In terms of fit and finish, this is excellent quality. However, one little QC thing, and it is a little QC, can you notice that? There is a missing screw. But that's the only little issue I can find with this bass guitar. So otherwise, high quality. Like I think the tuners, I don't know if they're the same as other Fender basses, but very sturdy. And again, you've got lots of options. Good luck to you in your own journey. I would recommend trying out as much as you possibly can at a Guitar Center or any store nearby. I find this to be a very comfortable. I unfortunately prefer that heftier neck that I have on a Jaguar. I think some other Fender basses are like that. Thinner neck might be preferable to some folks out there. Satiny feel, very comfortable. It's just, it's not the right one for me. All right, take care. See ya.